Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to dive deep into the world of smart cleaning and take a look at and review the Roborock QX Revo robot vacuum and mop. So I will have to say 2024 was not such a great year. It just felt like an entire failure of a year with fertility treatments and finding out bad news. I will have to say that the tail end of 2024 was much better. And 2024 is so iconic to me because I got this vacuum and it was literally the best purchase of last year. So it's been about 4 months since I've gotten it, and I will have to say that's pretty adequate time, in my opinion, of owning and using multiple times a week of a product. I'm really excited to share my thoughts. Is it worth the hype? Let's find out. I don't have any clips of me opening the box the very first time it came. I got it on sale at Costco, a couple $100 off from what I remember. It was about $500 if I remember correctly. But when you open up the box, you do have a robot vacuum, you have the charging dock, you have some mops, a little bit more accessories, and I believe an extra filter and some documentation that you can feel free to read and all that. I think I just use a YouTube tutorial because I don't really love to read and I'd rather watch a video to know how to use it. But it was super straightforward. All you need to do is download it on your phone app. You connect the vacuum to your Wi-Fi and you're pretty much set. The app is super intuitive and packed with features. We'll talk about that soon. I just wanted to point out in this part that my life has become so much easier because it does all the cleaning for me. Literally, it saves me so much time. I think it does a better job than me cleaning the floors and mopping the floors because I get a little lazy with mopping. Like cleaning I'll do, like vacuuming I'll do, but mopping I get a little lazy. So this QX Revo boasts impressive suction power. This is not just marketing fluff. I've been consistently impressed with how well it picks up everything from little dust bunnies to my hair because I shed a lot and my husband does too. It navigates different floor types with ease. So it goes from I have a rug out in my living room to the hardwood floor. It really moves with ease. And that was just kind of the gist of the vacuuming. I love the vacuuming feature, so I will have to say we vacuum about twice a week, and then mopping is just once in a while. I would say like once every 1 week to 1.5 weeks is when we do the mopping. And I love that you don't have to do both. You can choose either or you can choose to do both, but it's just so customizable. Most of the times, I mean, with Gino and I at home, we don't really make a mess other than our hair. So I think vacuuming once or twice and then mopping once every 1 to 1.5 weeks is perfect for us. Now let's talk about the mopping feature because this is so interesting. Like I love how clean it is and you'll hear all about it. So this isn't just a damp wipe. This QX Revo actually uses a rotating mop to scrub your floors. So it has this mop pad and I'm always so astonished at how white it always gets. It looks like I just like got it out of the washing machine. That's how clean it always is. It's incredibly effective at removing light stains and leaving my floors feeling fresh. So of course, for really tough messes, you're gonna have to break out your traditional mop, but for everyday cleaning, it's game changer. Most of my house is hardwood, so it made sense for me to pick out a robot cleaner that included this function. My sister has the, I don't know what they have, but they have that. And I will say it does a really good job at cleaning, but I picked this one because it had that mop function included. So there's a place where you can add water. One compartment is for adding water and one compartment is the dirty water that it cleaned up. So I always use distilled water and fill the tank. And with the other tank, after a mop session, it fills up with nasty water. I dump that out after every use, or I try to. There's one time I was sleeping and I remembered and I ran down to dump it out because my friends have been saying that it does smell after a little bit. Like if you leave it in there for too long and you open it to dump that water out, it smells. So I've just been doing it all the time. I haven't smelled the smell and I have a very sensitive nose. I haven't smelled anything. And I don't just dump the water, but I just do a quick rinse before I stick the clean tank back in. This also has auto mop washing. So this is where I'm gonna talk about why that mop pad is always so clean. All dirt and stains are removed, so there's no need to manually clean the mop after cleanups. Plus it has auto drying and it dries it completely with 113 Fahrenheit of warm air, preventing the growth of mold and unpleasant odors. So it's basically like using your mop to clean and then throwing it in the wash and the dryer afterwards with every single use. That's freaking so cool. So now we'll talk about a little bit of how the mop works. QX Revo uses a LiDAR navigation, which means it creates a detailed map of your home. When we first got this in the mail, my husband downloaded the app. My husband does all the figuring out how to do this because he's home all the time with work. So he just downloaded it on his phone, and the first time you let the mop kind of roam around your house to map out the place so they know where is hardwood, like where do you have your stove and your couch and all of that to avoid that. And then once it maps it out, that's pretty much it. Then it goes and does its thing. This allows it to clean efficiently and avoid obstacles. And it's surprisingly good at navigating around furniture legs. I mean, I haven't had it get stuck very often. And you can also set no-go zones in the app to make sure it's out of the areas you don't want it to go to. When you enter a house, we have these this mat out where you can put your shoes on, and I'd rather it not go on there because it's probably gross. It has a lot of salt stuff right now from the harsh weather. Yeah, we had that be the no-go zone. And other than that, I don't think we have any no-go zones because everything else is mapped out, like our furnitures, and our furniture doesn't really change that often. So this Roborock can map out up to 4 floors, but looking and researching through, we found out that if you like, the more floors you add, the more wonky it can get. Like it can get more confused or not clean as efficiently because probably like data overload or something. So because of that review, we just leave the bottom floor. We rarely go down there, so I will just clean this. It's so quick to clean our downstairs, and we just mop the main floor and upstairs where the bedrooms are. I love that it can get under the beds and clean all the dust down there. Oh my gosh, like it's impossible for me if I'm in a rush and like I'm just like cleaning real quick to do under the bed every single time. So I love that it just does it automatically. I can sleep in peace knowing that I'm not breathing in any dust. And so the only thing it can't do is obviously like go down the stairs. So we just pull out our Dyson to clean the stairs once in a while. Other than that, we haven't had any accidents where it just like topples down the floor or anything like that. Like it's really good at avoiding any obstacles. One of my favorite features, I think I have like 100,000 bajillion of these, but one of my favorite features is that it auto empties into this filter bag. So with like the first generation of robot vacuums, I think you had to clean it out every single time. But a couple years ago, they came out with one where it just piles up in there and you only have to do it once in a while. So I love that it self-empties. Empty it out here and there. I mean, we just did it for the first time not too long ago, and it wasn't even that full. When you have the Dyson, you have to empty that out all the time, and it's not a big deal, but a lot of dust does come out of that when you're emptying it. So what I do to maintain my cleaner is once in a while, I'll just go ahead and dust the tops off in case there's dust that piles up on top, just like on the container. And I will also flip the robot over, and at the bottom there is like this spin wheel. I take that out because hair coils up in there, so I just take it out at every use just in case it messes with like how effectively it can clean all the time. I have really long hair, so it's gonna be nasty. I'm gonna show you guys a clip of this. It's kind of nasty, I'm sorry about that in advance. But I take this out after every use, and I just quickly, using a paper towel, try to get all the crevices filled with dust. And yeah, I do that with every use. I clean the bottom, the dock panel, you can take it out so you can clean that as well. It's just really nice, and I feel like if you maintain it, I mean, I've only had it for 4 months, so I feel like as long as you maintain your appliances, they can go a really long way. Okay, now we'll talk about the pros and cons. Pros, I have that it has a powerful suction when it comes to vacuuming. It has effective mopping. It has excellent navigation. It self-empties. It has a feature-rich app. I've talked about all of that in detail. This is just a summary of what I really like about this robot cleaner. If I want to get into the cons, I would say that it can be a little loud on the higher suction settings, and also when it's self-emptying, it's a little loud right then. But otherwise, I wouldn't say it's the loudest thing in the world. I mean, it is cleaning, but it's not like as loud as a Dyson. The replacement mop pads can be a little pricey, and the initial cost can be higher than other robot vacuums. The fourth one is that although it navigates well, if you have a lot of cords and stuff hanging, it kind of interferes with that. For me, I have like my computer charger and my phone charger just out in my living room. I always have to put that out onto the table because it's not good at avoiding that as well, because I guess it's not like mapped out into the app that it's always there. Unless you put it as a no-go zone, it will go there, and if you have a lot of stuff that's hanging, it might get a little coiled up. For me, the QX Revo has been such a huge time saver. It allows me to keep my floors clean without having to spend hours vacuuming and mopping myself. I used to love cleaning, but I don't know what has gotten into me. Maybe I'm getting older. I don't have time for it. Like it just feels like a chore now. It doesn't feel like a hobby. So I love that I have this. Also, it's great when you have guests coming over because you're always thinking, okay, I have to dust, I have to do this, but that does its thing while you can cook and you can tidy up your rooms and whatever. So I love that it's a time saver. Also, when you're going on vacation for like a week or two at a time and you don't want to come home to dust everywhere, I think it's great that you can control it on your phone and just have it set up so that it cleans the night before you come. So you're coming into a home that's fully cleaned. It's awesome. So overall, as you can tell from my entire video, I love this purchase and I feel like it delivers its promise. While it's a significant investment, I think it's worth it for the convenience and time it saves you. If you're looking for a high-end robot vacuum that can handle both vacuuming and mopping, I highly recommend this product. What are your thoughts on this vacuum and mop if you have it? And if you guys know anything that you have researched and compared to something else and think something else is better, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below, because I am down to hear what your thoughts are on other robot vacuums, or if you think this isn't that great, I'd like to know why. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching!